Well, what happens if there's an application crash? And so as a result, I never get to call RUI stop. Does that session ever get logged? Did it ever stop? What happens to the data, and sort of what happens in that situation?
Yeah, so we've actually kind of designed the technology to kind of compensate for this, and actually we have an interesting sort of mechanism in place to be able to track this. So basically, if a crash occurs, what's going to happen is the call to stop SDK will never get called. Therefore, the current session actually doesn't terminate because that stop SDK call will never be made. But again, sort of the server has a safeguard in place to still collect this data. And basically what happens is if no data from this session is collected for 1 week, so again, we never see that session terminate for a period of 1 week, the server will mark this session as a session timeout. And then after 1 week, when the user relaunches the product, that remaining data from that timed out session will be collected still. And we can actually show you what happens in the dashboard for that case of when a session timeout occurs. So if we take a look at our user flow report, again, we sort of tag that as an event when a session timeout occurs. You'd actually be able to, and I'm going to switch over to my demo product so we have some good data to show you. But basically, you can select this session timeout as like a hotspot within the user flow report. And at that point, you'll be able to visualize the sequence of events that lead to this session timeout. So this could actually be like a good benefit here because you'd be able to see, under what instances, am I seeing a session timeout get triggered? So I can see here, maybe this flow in particular is leading to, indicative of a crash maybe within my product, or is leading to some kind of unexpected behavior that's causing the session timeout to occur. So even in the case of, an application crash, there's still some data that we're going to collect at a later point that you'll actually be able to really visualize in the dashboard and help to diagnose what might be causing that crash.